Good morning, lovely spirits. It's the wise servant here, Mr. Solace. Today I want to do this video directed to the brother Eligio, Nature Boy. And this is a very deep video. I don't want anyone to get lost. So before I even get into the video, I want to say this to all the followers. Do not get lost in judging people. Because many people, y'all judgmental and y'all look for other people that feel a certain way about people that you do. And y'all all like to gather up together and torment other lost spirits in hell. And this is what y'all do. And this is where Eligio is right now. You know, you got lost spirits in hell. They tormenting him for his fails. I don't even want to say fails, but his trials and tribulations. And it's a very deep thing. Everyone will go through their trials and tribulations. It all depends on how balanced you are, what you will go through, how long it will last. But knowledge is all. You have to reflect, as Eligio says. Reflect. You have to reflection. And it's a very deep thing I want to break down to the brother Eligio. Now I want to say this, brother. You, as well as your following, y'all don't look happy. Grasp. Happiness is important. Peace is important. Y'all do not look at peace. And y'all don't look happy. So now you got to reflection. Because the whole point of your exodus and your teachings, I'm hoping, is for people to have a sense of peace and happiness with self. And live in harmony, in peace. But that's not the reality that's coming to you. You're attracting evil, negative energy. And it's a very deep thing you have to grasp. You're not at peace. You can tell in your face. You can tell in your message. The brothers that stand behind you, they don't look at peace. I seen one brother, he had a black eye. This is not peaceful. Black eyes are not a sign of peace. This is not good, brother. See, if you're leading a flock of people, they shouldn't have black eyes. You should. It's a deep thing you have to grasp. If my teachings is leading to my following having black eyes and getting beat up, and I don't really have black eyes, and I'm not as beat up as them, then I have to reflect. This is not good. It's a very deep thing I want y'all to grasp. Now, I'm not attacking the brother in any way. He tried to bring people out to Costa Rica. I have no judgment on that. That's his mission. That's his goal. He set out on his mission and his goal, and he did it. Now, the goal or the mission was not done right. Therefore, it didn't last too long. And it's a very deep thing you have to grasp. It's not just Eligio, but it's the following that he attracts. So a lot of the people that went out there with him, you'll see later that they make videos against him. This is wrong. You can't commune with the brother, live with the brother, be a brother with the brother. Then when you don't like him no more, you attack him. This is imbalanced. There's too much of this going on. So it's like I said, it's not just Eligio, but it's the following. Everyone's attacking everyone. And it's like I said, spirits in hell, all they do is torment one another. They raise spirits up so that they can torment them, so that they can watch them fall so far down. It's a deep thing. This is why I don't rush to get a large following. It'll happen when it happens. I already know what's in store with that. Slander, attacking, judgment, a whole bunch of foolish stuff that has nothing to do with anything. If you don't like Eligio's teachings, then you just don't tune in. You don't need to speak bad words about people. It's pointless. It's a very deep thing y'all have to grasp. There's no morality left. And it's deep. When I see Eligio and his peoples, I feel sorry. I feel bad for them. I don't feel, I empathize. It's like, damn, that's not going well. Spirits are getting low. His spirit is so low, and all of theirs around him, you can tell. They're not at peace. They're just unhappy, and this is not good. You got to be at peace. You got to be happy. Eligio has to reflect. He has to stop telling everyone else to reflect, and he has to actually reflect on what's going on and get control of it. He's jumping into the public side trying to defend himself. You don't need to defend yourself. You need to get things on the right track. The time you spend defending yourself is the time you could have spent getting things on track. I spend very little time in defending myself. You say what you want. The proof is in the pudding. So whatever you say, you should be able to physically prove it. So there's no need to ever waste your time defending your character. People will say anything they can about you. Like I said, you're wasting your time. You can just adjust yourself, adjust your circumstances, and move forward. But I want to say this to the brother Eligio. My email is solace031@gmail. I'm not sure if you still have my phone number, but you should reach out to me, brother. Your spirit needs some healing. You need to grasp some things, and I can help you. It's a very deep thing. I know Eligio knows my wisdom. He knows it. He knows I can help him, but it's just a matter of ego. So it's a very deep thing, but you should reach out to me, brother. I want to help you. I want to help you do what you're doing with the Exodus and getting people to the land and living the right way. I want to help you with that, but you have to adjust your perspective. You got certain things wrong. You're lost into the master stuff. You're lost into ruling over the people. This is why things are not working. Your following is not supposed to stand behind you. They're supposed to stand in front of you or side by side with you. So you're doing many things in oppressive spirit that you may not realize. So when you do your videos and they're standing behind you, you may not see it as a big deal, but it is in spirit. You view them beneath you. They stand behind you. No one stands behind Solace. You can stand next to me, you can stand in front of me, but you can't stand behind me, because then you're going to pull me back. We can't have that. I need to go forward. I can push the masses forward. I can't drag the masses. We're not doing that. I have a bad back. This is what you're doing. You're hurting your back. You're hurting your spiritual back. And it's showing. It's a very deep thing. Reach out, brother. I'll help you. It's a deep thing. People need land. They need to be free. They need to learn. Our goal is not too different. The only difference is perspective. You're ruling over the people. You're controlling their thoughts and their perspective on seeing things. This is not what I want to do. I want to get people out to the land so they can be with themselves and start to pull for self and grasp things for self, as opposed to grasping things on my intellect. My intellect is mine. My understanding is mine. You need your own. But that's not to say our understandings will be different. It will be the same when you begin to see things on your own. So I want to get people out to the light for that. I want to get people out to the light so they can begin to understand resources and what true wealth is in building up for themselves. I don't want people to go out to Costa Rica living out off the land but not doing anything. I didn't see y'all sowing, growing, building, or none of this type of stuff, and this is the purpose. Go out there, build up your own life. Make your own existence better. I didn't see any of that happen. Y'all were just out there talking and standing behind Eligio. And This is not the way. Y'all should have been out there building, tapping into self, tapping into that sense of peace, becoming a true individual. Because the way society is, it grooms us to all be one way. So people need to explore their individuality. They need to get a sense of self and control of self. Begin to start learning the different resources and what makes what, and just exploring with the life. Slowly building up their own community to live in. Building houses, things like this. Respecting the order of the universe. Respecting nature. Not taking advantage of what nature provides, but using what you need and building up a paradise for self. So reach out to me, brother, because you just need a little bit of guidance, a little bit of perspective. That's it. Everyone can use a hand from time to time. It's a deep thing. But you have to have balance. You have to have humility. You have to have morality. Many things that Eligio is lacking right now. See, the fact that his following got beat up and one of them had a black eye, that really bothered me when I saw that brother's eye blacked out like that. I said, damn, Eligio should have felt empathy for the brother. He had the brother on camera showing his eye, and I'm like, I wouldn't do that. Brother, you don't need to show people yourself in this state. What I need to do is fix all of this. I need to get y'all back to the state y'all were in before y'all came to me. This is what Eligio has to do to move forward the right way. He needs to get all them people back into the state of existence they were before they came into contact with him. Because they look like they're suffering. They're not even dressing right. And I'm not lost into the fashion and all these things, but look right. You don't have to look poor. Men try to look poor to show I'm conscious, I'm not into the fashion. Other men, they get into the fashion to show I'm not poor, and you just have to have balance. You don't need to get lost in the fashion, but you don't have to look like you're struggling in life. If y'all are struggling to the point where this is why y'all look the way y'all do, adjust all of this. You're teaching people to be poor. The life produces so much for everyone to be rich, yet you're teaching people to be poor and live below their means for no reason. This is not right. Teach people true wealth, resources, so that they don't get lost into the business and the fashion of things, but they have it for self. See, a man can pull up with a fur coat on that he made himself, with the animals that dwell amongst him. And as they pass, he holds funeral for them, then he skins them, make beautiful coats for himself out of the animals that surround him. His perspective is different. He's not slaughtering animals for their coat. They pass. He wears their coat in honor of them, for the life can remember. You have another man, he goes to the store, he buys these things. You see how the perspective is different? One man obeys the laws of the life. The other doesn't. He contributes to mass slaughtering. My point is this. You can be a spiritual person, in tune and in balance with life. Has nothing to do with your appearance. You can have an abundance of wealth. It doesn't mean you're out of whack. You being out of whack is a matter of what you pull for. So a poor man can be out of whack. He just doesn't have enough for you to see it. It's a very deep thing you have to grasp. But I was hoping Eligio and them went out there to Costa Rica and then showed people, you know, a different aspect of life. When you see them walking around, they're making jewelry, they're smelting gold and silver and things themselves and making beautiful jewelry, getting a sense of business, so to say, for themselves. because we still live in a business world. And until that passes, you want to have wealth in every aspect that you can have it, but never getting lost into the fake wealth, which is business and money. But you want to have all aspects of wealth that you can have, that you can acquire, without going against the laws. Give and receive, things like this. So, but I was hoping to see them, rise up, build, and just turn that forest and jungle, or wherever they were, into a beautiful paradise for themselves, influence others. That's not what happened. Y'all went out there, man, y'all look like y'all was suffering. Now y'all back, y'all look like y'all suffering. This is no jab. Like I said, email me, I'll help you. I have no requirements. I don't want anything from you. There's nothing you can give me. There's nothing Eligio can do for me. You can't give me knowledge. You can't do anything for me, brother. So I don't want you to think, oh, Silas is doing this. There's nothing I want from you. I just feel sorry for you. And I respect where you were going with it. It could have been a beautiful thing. You just got lost into mastery and stuff like this. But I want nothing from you. So you can just email me, and I'll assist you in any way I can. If you're willing to do things the right way. Not my way, but the right way. The universal law way. Respecting those around you. Understanding that those that are your flock, are your following, you work for them. You have to service them. It's not the other way around. It's a very deep thing. And you have to teach them the same way. As they acquire more knowledge, they have to pull for those beneath them and tend to them, so that all is rising up. Therefore, no one is oppressing anyone. You have to begin to learn and build, and it's a deep thing. But like I said, you can reach out. I'll assist you in any way I can, any way you will allow me. But it's all on you, brother. You can email me, and I'll give you my phone number. We can chop it up. But you need to stop putting yourself through this suffering just to prove to people that I'm not wrong. Brother, everything you've been doing so far is wrong, and it's showing. And it's okay. Regroup, refocus, get balanced. This is why I take my weekly fast from doing videos, to balance myself back out. Indulge into the life, you're going to get lost. You got to balance yourself. You need a moment to reflect and balance everything back out. Put things in their right place, and then move forward. It's not about giving up. It's not about failure, but it's about adjustment. Things will work as long as they can, then you have to continuously adjust. You stopped adjusting. You stopped raising up in your conscience and pulling for higher. You got lost into oppressing those amongst you. You may not realize it, but you're oppressing them. It's a very deep thing. But it's your main man, Silas, the wise servant. Peace and wisdom. Oh boy.